here with Daria Berenato, aka Sonya Deville. We're so excited to have you. Thank you for doing this. How's your doing?
It's not bad. I built a home gym like over the last 2 months. Built it myself. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Amazing.
So that's been a little, yeah. And then I just moved into my house, so I've been doing like some home projects, painting some walls, running this line, Rainbow Love. So working on my clothing line and just working. So it's been good, not too bad.
I love that. And talking about your clothing line, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I recently partnered with this guy, Bobby, who used to own Black Craft Clothing, which is a clothing line that's in Hot Topic and other stores. And he wanted to start a new line called Heavy Heart. And he wanted to collab with me on my own line. So I came up with the name Rainbow Love, and it's self-explanatory, but it's a LGBTQ forward line that represents the LGBTQ youth specifically, and also suicide prevention. One of our first shirts was a shirt that says "You're not alone" on the back, and it has a suicide prevention hotline. And it's just a really powerful message that it's okay to not always be okay, and you're not alone in that sentiment. Everyone goes through stuff and dark stuff sometimes, and sometimes it's taboo or cliche to talk about those emotions, but Rainbow Love is letting you know just the opposite, that it's okay to talk about that kind of stuff. It's okay to reach out for help, and you're not the only one, going through it. So strength and unity. And we're currently working with some charitable organizations right now, trying to figure out how we can best benefit them as well, and spread their message far and wide. So there's a lot to come from Rainbow Love, but right now you can get it at shopheavyheart.com.
Amazing. That's great. And speaking of LGBTQ community, you are the first openly lesbian WWE superstar. What has your experience been like paving the way for more diverse and accepting world?
It's been a crazy ride. I mean, I've been with WWE for 5 years. I came into the company through a reality show called WWE Tough Enough. And on the live premiere of the show, it was like an interview situation where we were in the middle of the ring being interviewed, and we didn't know what the questions were going to be. And one of my questions was, "Are you in a relationship?" Which is like a really simple question.
Absolutely, yeah.
Typically. But I was dating my ex-girlfriend at the time, and I wasn't out to hardly anybody except for my immediate family and her as well. So when I got asked that question, I was kind of nervous, and I was like, yeah, I have a girlfriend. And then, obviously it was on a national television show. So
that was
I got a lot of texts and emails later that night. So, but that was 5 years ago. And so it's crazy when I look back at stuff like that, and how nervous I was and how unsure I was about being out and being open about my sexuality. And I feel completely different now. I'm more than comfortable with who I am, and I'm trying to spread a message to other people that are going through the exact same thing right now, struggling with being who they are and scared of being who they are. And so, yeah, that's kind of what the whole journey has been about. It's been teaching myself that it's okay to be me, and now helping other people, feel the same way about themselves.
That's amazing. And even in season 9 in Total Divas, you got to be on the first ever WWE Prime Float. So what was that like?
Oh, that was so much fun. So I'd never gone to Pride parades. I've been to one Pride parade before that. And so I like didn't feel part of the gay community. I felt like the worst gay girl ever. I was like, I don't go to, so I'm like, how cool would it be if we could collaborate and WWE could be behind it too, and represent with our huge platform with such a good cause. And so I talked to WWE and Total Divas, and I was like, guys, we got to make a Pride Float happen. This would be so cool. And so they made it happen, and it was so much fun. My little sister's gay too, so she flew down and was able to be a part of it with me on the show. So that was
that's really cool. That's a cool moment for you both. That's
awesome. It was.
And you have a new Quibi show called Fight Like a Girl. So
yes.
Can you tell us about that? That's a really cool concept.
Yeah, it's super cool. So Quibi is a new network where it's like quick bite videos, little like 7-8 minute videos and series and stuff. And so one of their first series is called Fight Like a Girl, which is a super empowering show where young women who want to make positive changes in their lives partner with a female WWE superstar who kind of mentors them and helps them through that process. And so my girl, Samantha, was struggling with her sexuality and coming out to half of her family. And it was so cool because it was like so many things she was going through was exactly what I went through. And I could just relate so much. And so it was really a fun experience to be able to just kind of share my stories with her and what worked for me and see if it worked for her. And then she was able to go through a training program that WWE put them through and work on their physical, like working out and everything. Because a big part of my story to her was that working out in the gym really helped my mental state.
Health. Absolutely.
Through a lot of stuff, you know? So it was a really cool experience. And she found the same thing worked for her. So at the end of the series, she was like, I've never felt better. She looked amazing. She felt amazing. She had a different kind of like energy and vibe about her, confidence that I've never seen in her before. So she really worked her ass off to make some good changes in her life. And so it was a really fun experience.
That's super cool. And will there be a season 2?
I don't know. I'm not sure. To be determined.
I hope there will, because honestly, it's a really great concept. So it's really
it is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And what does it mean to you to fight like a girl?
Yeah, well, like the saying itself is kind of like a contradiction of everything, right? It's
absolutely,
like,
yeah.
You know, it's like, and that's the whole point of the show. That's what's so cool about it. It's like there is no fight like a girl. You know, women can fight just like the men can fight.
Absolutely.
And you know, we prove that every day as WWE superstars that we're just as strong as the men are, and we can overcome anything. And so I wanted to kind of talk, and I talked to her a lot about that, Samantha, and, you know, don't let any gender, sexuality, race, religion, anything define who you are. You are who you are at the end of the day. Your soul is your soul, and it's not defined by any of those external factors.
I love that. Absolutely. So was the WWE always your dream?
No, so I didn't even grow up watching wrestling. I grew up as an athlete. I always played sports, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, track, everything.
MMA as well, correct?
What's that?
You did a lot of MMA?
Yeah, and then I got into MMA when I was like 16, and I fell in love with fighting. It's all I ever wanted to do. This is like pre-Ronda Rousey, you know, it was like 2000. And yeah, that was my dream. And so I was out in LA acting, fighting, just trying to pursue my dreams. And a friend of mine was like, oh my God, you would be perfect for WWE. And I was like, oh, I don't really know anything about it. And so I kind of did my research, and one thing led to another, and I ended up getting a tryout for Tough Enough. And as soon as I did the tryout, I fell in love, and I was like, oh, this is where I'm meant to be. It was fighting and acting literally combined. It was like,
I was just going to say that. It's adding both.
It was the craziest thing, and I didn't even know it existed until, you know, I went to the tryout. So it was crazy.
And when you pick your name in WWE, is it you picking it, or how does that process work?
It's like a collaboration. It's like you send in a list of names. My favorite name I sent in on my list was Gia Cage. I wanted to be named Gia Cage, but they didn't pick it. But no, it's like a collaboration. You go back and forth. We went back and forth a couple times, and I like the first name Sonya because it's Sonya Blade, Mortal Kombat. I thought it was a badass name. And Deville I loved because when I was fighting MMA, my cage name was the Jersey Devil. So I wanted to keep Deville, Deville, in there a little bit. So yeah, it's a collaborative effort.
That's super cool. And for anyone, do you have any advice for anyone whose dream is to be in WWE?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're okay being on the road 52 weeks out of the year and working your ass off, it's the best job in the entire world. Not only do you get to travel the world and see the world and perform in front of crowds, you know, twice, 3 times a week, but you get to do so many cool things to give back to the community. You get to, you have a voice and a platform that allows you to, you know, represent what you believe in. And so it's been really cool for me. You know, even doing like the Be a Star rallies for anti-bullying and going to schools, and tribute to the troops is incredible. The hospital visits we do, like that kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that really makes what we do feel so special.
Yeah, amazing. And you've also had a lot of firsts with the WWE, like the Battle Royale and first women's Royal Rumble and all women's pay-per-view. What has that been like being a first?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the women's evolution was just kind of picking up when Mandy and I got signed, and like I said, like 4 or 5 years ago. And so we were able to come in and contribute and be part of this crazy movement where women were not only fighting for equality in terms of match time, but, you know, last year women main evented WrestleMania, which is our Super Bowl, you know, and just to show that, to prove that women aren't just valets, they aren't just side pieces, you know, women are the main event. Women are equal in every form and way. So yeah, it's been really awesome.
And speaking of Mandy, you guys had the Smackdown that was shown last week. Will there be a rematch? You won, but will there be a rematch?
I mean, if she wants to fight again, we can fight again, but I'll be better. I'll always come out on top, but honey, I'll knock her down just as many times as she stands up. So
yeah. I love it. Amazing. And so to finish, we're going to do 3 random questions. So what is your favorite nighttime snack?
Oof. Fruit roll-ups.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Haven't had one of those in years.
Savage.
And your go-to skincare product?
The Origins Checks and Balances cleanser.
Okay, amazing. And what is your favorite quarantine workout move?
I do like a 3-way shoulder press with dumbbells. So I'll give you a little demo. So like starting at the top, going down, then starting at the bottom, going up, and then just regular. Amazing. And so I'll do like 10 reps of each right in a row, and that's 1 set. And then I'll do like 4 sets.
Awesome. I love that. Keeping those shoulders strong. That's the thing I need to work on right now is my shoulders.
Shoulders, I got you.
The weights here, and I'm used to the gym, so.
I know, it's hard. It's hard without weights.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you speaking with us.
Thank you.
You're an amazing influence for everyone. Yeah, so I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you having me. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye.